All right. Today we're going to have a special episode of the Tuck and Tuck Show. And for me, it's a very special episode because I have three ladies with me today who yesterday were inducted into the Hall of Fame for Lorain County, right?
Yes.
In 1985, which seems like a long time ago. They went to state and won state in the 4x100 meter relay.
Correct.
I have today Vetta Austin, Dawn Ross, and Marnell Jackson. So how was it getting inducted into the Hall of Fame yesterday?
It was amazing. I mean, it was just awesome. We had a lot of people there to support us, as well as the other inductees. There was a great testimony from Kermetta. She's a cancer survivor. She still holds records with the state. There was another girl from Lorain that was just awesome. Her mom was just shooting down all of her stats. This girl should have went to the Olympics. Her mom kept rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. I mean, this girl, little tiny thing. She was awesome. I can't really remember her. Was it Melanie?
Melanie, I think so.
Melanie, yeah.
All right.
She did sprints.
How was it for you, Dawn?
It was surreal. Yeah. It was surreal. And I mean, and to pay tribute to one of our runners that isn't here today, that part is what really got us. We lost one of our runners in 2020.
All right. So it was you three, and it was Crystal Talbert, who passed away in 2020, you said?
2020.
And she was the second leg, right?
Yes.
All right. And what you said, one of her family members there?
Her
brother?
Her mom and her brother.
Okay, that's good.
They accepted her plaque.
Yeah. And for you, how was it, Marnell?
Amazing. It was amazing. It was like amazing. That's the only word I can give it. I mean, the people it was just wonderful.
Okay.
It was like sitting up in heaven, like just looking down, really. And the fact that Coach Harris, he nominated us for this 440 relay team. It was, and he's not here.
Right.
You know, just the thoughts of Crystal.
Right.
You know, even my father passed, my stepmother, my mother. And, you know, just looking down, just saying, we made it.
Right, you made it.
My mother was like the team mom. She made sure we had oranges, we had water, we had chicken. You know, so knowing that if she would have been able to experience this with us, she would have been very proud as well.
Okay. Now, everything that you guys already commented on, I was going to get to. For example, Joe Harris, who was passed, he's the one who nominated you guys to be in the Hall of Fame. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
So what was it like running for Coach Harris?
Hard.
He was a hard one, but he believed in us. He even told us often he was going to make us stars. He pushed us. He kept pushing us. Y'all not handing out those batons right. Put a marker on that track. When she hits that spot, you take off running, and you don't look back at her, but you put your hand out, and then you take off.
Okay.
So we had to work on our handoffs. We had to do that a lot. And then he didn't like how we were coming out the blocks. So I was the first leg, and I handed it to Crystal. And he said, stop standing up when you come out those blocks. I'm going to bring somebody here to teach y'all how to come out the blocks. Okay. So it took us a minute. Like, he wanted us to almost tip over just to come out the blocks because you're digging yourself up. Then you gradually stand up. So that's when I only learned that at state. I still did it wrong, but I learned it at state. Mr. Willis, he was an encourager. Mr. Harris would be hard. Mr. Willis was like, okay, just take it in stride. He wants you to be the best. He was like our lean on man, you know. But Mr. Harris, because he had so many awards, when he ran, when he was in high school, when he went to college, Mr. Harris was awesome. When he got his, before he passed away, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Right. And the thing about the team is like, and all of Oberlin is like a family in itself because Mr. Harris is related, it's Crystal's uncle.
Correct.
And like, I know a lot of people in your family are great athletes. Your brother, he went to state too.
Yes.
I was there when he went and they dropped the baton.
Exactly.
And that's probably why he was so hard on you guys about passing the baton back and forth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you go down to state, what's your like biggest memory of being there?
Ooh, the crowd.
It was a huge
Crowd.
crowd.
And the fact that you could hear the crowd when you did something amazing, and they would go, ah, and then you could, and everybody would stand up. First, it was being in the crowd and doing it yourself, and then being on the field and realizing that they're standing up and cheering for you. So there is a difference. And I can recall when we were running, I was like, better didn't take off in them blocks too fast. And then when Crystal got the baton, I was like, oh my gosh, she lost the lead. And then when I got the baton, I said, okay, I got to make up this time. And I know Marnell does not start fast. And so I'm not even at the exchange zone yet. And I'm like, run, Marnell, run. And she's like, okay, in a minute. I'll run. And then it felt like she started jogging. I'm running beside her, telling her, run. I can't give her the baton because we're standing next to each other. And so I slowed down a little bit so that she could get ahead of me and give her the baton. And she takes off. And I'm like, we're fighting when I get to the end. I said, I'm going to walk down to the finish line and I'm beating everybody up because I'm mad because I thought we lost the race. And then Crystal and Veta are in the middle of the field yelling my name, and I'm walking down there. I'm like somebody took my toy, and I'm walking down there stomping down the track. And then I finally paid attention to them, and they were like, we won. And I lost it.
Oh, so you thought you had lost the race?
I thought we lost because I couldn't tell
From where
I was standing.
Oh, okay. Because you were behind her. And
Exactly.
You couldn't see her finish. All right.
Exactly.
So now you said you don't remember a lot.
Yeah.
But you were the last, you're the anchor. So you
Yeah.
you remember crossing the finish line, right?
I do.
So what was
I do. And what Donna's talking about, like she said go fast, but I'm really fast. So if I go too fast, I'm not going to
You
get
wanna
the
get
baton.
it, right.
And that's what I was afraid of. So you
waited
have
for
to
it.
be within a certain line to line. You have
Right.
to be in that margin.
In the fly zone.
And if you're not, if I go too fast and I go beyond it, we lost already.
Right.
So that was my thought. So
You're like, give me the baton, I'll do the rest.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, I wasn't losing it.
Right.
Like the race wasn't going to be lost.
She has a takeoff point. So Marnell always flows with the crowd. And then it's in the middle of her 100, she leaves everybody.
Right.
Right.
The last
So
50, she's gone.
That's what I was waiting on. So once I gave that baton to Crystal, I believe, from what I remember, we were in first place when I took off. That's what I remember. And then between Crystal and Dawn, I was just like looking at all the people. I'm like, all these people are here. And so, but I knew once Marnell had that baton, I knew.
It was
I said,
over.
Yep. I said, she's going to leave him. She's going to hit her point like she always do throughout our whole season.
Right.
And it's going to be over.
Yeah, because I remember you, and you were really fast. When I was in school, I'm like, man,
Yeah.
she's so fast. But do you
Thank you.
Do you guys remember, like, during the year, like, super hard meets or a certain team you had trouble with? Was there somebody that gave you regionals?
Well, qualifying.
So when because I know you go through different heats, and they take so many out each heat, right? So did you lose any heats during that time?
Going to state.
Right.
Oak Harbor beat us. They won 49-8. We won. I mean, and we took second with 49. We 49-8. They were 49-7.
Oh, so it was just like that.
Exactly.
So do you remember?
Second.
You remember like how close that was at the end?
I don't.
You don't.
I don't
So you don't remember the loss?
I don't even remember losing that.
No. Oh, you don't remember losing?
I don't
that?
remember that either.
They had to tell me.
It was
remember
bad.
us losing.
But it was bad handoffs. That's all it was.
It had to be.
Okay. Well, I mean, you won state, so it ain't. I mean,
Exactly.
Losses don't really
We made
matter.
it.
No.
And I believe
made
at
it.
state they came in 4th place. I think we were first, and they were either 4th or 5th place.
Okay. So now, when you guys won, you were young. You were a sophomore,
Yes.
and you were a sophomore, and you were a junior.
And it was the first time I ever ran track. I never ran. Mr. Harris said, I'm going to make you a star. I said, my mom don't want to keep coming to this school after she get off work at North. She says she's tired of coming to school, so I can run, but she's not taking her tail to the school. So Mr. Harris said, ask your mom. If I can find you a ride every day after school, can you run? I said, okay. Mr. Willis lived 4 blocks down for me. Look at God.
He did, yeah. He did live right around the corner.
Yep.
I do remember because I think his daughter was good at track too.
Yes.
Pam.
Yep, she was good at track as well. I don't know about this. Did his son run?
He played tennis.
Tennis, yeah, Andre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Mr. Willis. He was a very nice man, Mr. Willis.
Very much.
So you guys were young, but then the next year, did you leave after you won state?
I graduated in '86, but I was at state when I graduated. So I guess. I guess to everybody else, I disappeared.
Yeah, because I thought
after I graduated, I was gone from Oberlin.
Oh, okay. You were done, and Crystal was done too then.
Mm-hmm. They left me and Dawn.
And did you guys run the next year? Or that was it.
I did, but then I ended up quitting because I had played volleyball with Dawn. I played basketball with my sister, and I ran track, and my knees got really bad, like really bad. I had to go to a facility in Lorain. My knees would swell up, and I couldn't take it. Plus, they were slow, so I tried to help them.
Yeah,
Me and Dawn, we tried to help them.
Like
I remember Sandra Howard, Lisa Chambers. They were on a relay team, and they put me out there. Let's look here. Put that marker right here because I'm going to be on your butt if you don't take off. And we tried to work with him, I said, Mr. Harris, we need to lift weights because we used to stay in that weight room. I think that's another reason why we got so fast. He put us in that weight room with them boys.
Yeah, he wasn't fun.
I was like, okay, this is how we get fast. Okay. I'm liking this. And then, and then it was complicated when you used to your team for a whole season. Yep.
Yeah. That is some. Yeah, Mr. Harris, he should be in the Hall. I don't know if he's in the Hall of Fame or not.
Yeah. He is. He got inducted before he passed.
Before you. All right. Yeah, because I didn't know if he was in or who was in, and I always wanted Oberlin to have its own Hall of Fame.
We really should.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would have been because there's so many especially when we grew up in the '80s. It seemed like all the good athletes were in that particular time period, and there's like probably 8 or 9 families in Oberlin that everybody comes from that family or that. You know what I'm saying? We're all intertwined and we're all related.
Absolutely.
So but I don't know who we could even get to start something like that. Like a Hall of Fame.
Let's put our heads together and make it happen.
Because now, when you no longer live around here, do you?
No.
You live
St. Louis.
St. Louis. Okay. And you live do you live down there with your brother? Is he
Yes.
down there as well? Mm-hmm. Okay. Because I seen pictures on your Facebook page, and you were all like family, because you were all together. It was just like one big family, one big track family.
Correct.
Yes.
So you're all still pretty close.
We
Well, you
lost
have
touch.
to be.
We're getting there. Like
Yes.
we're coming back together because of this. And
Well, that's
thank
good.
God for that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because they are wonderful, wonderful women that I'm glad is back in my life.
Dawn is nice. I don't know about better.
Oh,
Anyway, so Marnell had
that
left
is
us.
awesome.
Marnell had lived in Florida for 30 years, and she moved back.
Oh, okay. Did you like it down there in Florida?
Not at all.
No? Well, the weather, you didn't. What's wrong with
The
Florida?
weather, it was too hot all the time. I never did anything. So, they have everything. Busch Gardens, Adventure Islands. It's a vacation state. So I was in my
Oh, a lot
room.
of tourists.
Like, I never did anything. It wasn't a place for me.
Okay. Now,
You don't know the seasons.
Your mother was very good friends with my mother, and you said she was like the team mother.
Yes.
Can you expand on that a little bit?
My mother was like the track mom, and it started from when my brother was running track. She would, and I helped her too. We would cut up oranges and bag them up, and she made sure she had coolers with water. She would, the night before or early that morning, frying chicken, because she wanted everybody. She was like, everybody doesn't have somebody that's going to support them, so I'm going to support them. And if they don't have anything to eat, I'm going to make sure that they have something to eat. And that they're
Probably for the whole team too.
Absolutely.
Not just you.
Yeah.
Now, also, Crystal, what are your memories of having her on the team? Because she had to be a big part of. She was a big part of the team. Everybody's equally the same.
Yeah. We actually had a lot of fun. In fact, the shoes that Crystal wore for state, I gave them to her.
Oh, okay.
So she wore a pair of my shoes, and I wore another pair of shoes.
Now, you guys, 4 women on the team together. There was never no issues with anybody.
Oh my God! Sometimes we fought,
Really?
but it wasn't a fight like, "Oh, I can't stand you." It was nothing like that. It was just, okay, we got to get it together because we really need to get this. We want to win, and it was those kind of things. Okay, y'all, stop playing. Let's work on this. It wasn't rivalry, anything like that. It was never those kind of fights.
No, never. No drama at all?
No.
That's
We
amazing.
actually liked running together. Sometimes we would hide because Mr. Harris worked us like workhorses. So we would hide and we, try to get out of working. But for the most part, he instilled in us dedication, determination, and desire. And, he also used to tell us that as a team, together, everyone accomplishes more. And we were a team. And so there were certain times when he would be working with the guys and we were like, okay, he's ignoring us right now. So let's go out there and let's do our own thing. So we would go on the backside of the track, and, we would work out on our own. And Mr. Willis would see us and he'd come over and say, okay, ladies, what are y'all working on today? Because he saw that even though Mr. Harris had told us those things and he was, working with the guys at that particular time, that, okay, they're listening to what he said.
Right.
And outside of Oak Harbor beating us in regionals, I believe that was the only AA team that ever beat us. And I think we went undefeated the whole season. And when we went to the Lorain County Relays, which is all of the teams in Lorain County, Admiral King was the only team that beat us, and they were AAA, but we were AA, so we won for AA. They won for AAA, but we came in second place.
Oh. So I'm wondering if Admiral King, did they win state that year, or did they just win the Lorain County Relays?
I'm not sure. I don't even remember.
Because if they won, they would have been inducted, huh?
Yeah. But Kylie, we actually could have won the whole state meet, except for I kind of psyched myself out in the open quarter. So the 4x100 relay is first. I'm in the first leg, and then I get a little breath, and then I can run that open quarter once around the track. So I'm telling Marnell and Dawn and Crystal, look, these girls is fast. And I'm usually coming first place all the season in the open quarter. It was Dawn's brother that encouraged me to run the open quarter because Mr. Harris put me on a lot of relays, but I don't like the 200. So I said, take me out the 200 relay. So here come regionals, and these heats is going fast. Like, they're kicking it out. And so after I finished running, I was tired. And you have to come first or second place to go to state. I came in third place. Had I came in second place and we won state and I came in even last place, we would have won that whole state meet.
But here's a little twist to that story. Because she was scared, she slowed down, and that's how come she didn't place, because she could have won first. But she was scared. And she had run against everybody the whole year. And she had beat everybody the whole year.
Them suckers was going fast, Holly.
Fast.
Once again.
Excuses. I like butts. Everybody got one.
So if you guys could have won the whole thing, who else was on the team that went down there with you guys? Was there other people down there with you?
Just the four of us.
The girls.
The girls. Yeah.
Vincent White went down. Did Chris Walker go down?
I don't think.
In the hurdles. I think Chris White. Yeah, it was 2 or 3 guys. I know Vincent went because he didn't want to congratulate us when we won because he lost.
Now, did you go down in the open 100 or no?
For 85,
Yeah.
100 and 200.
Did you win down there? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you didn't even say nothing.
She don't like to talk.
I see.
You didn't ask me. I was undefeated in 1985.
So you never lost, really? And like after you were done with high school, then you didn't go to college or anything?
No,
No offers, nothing?
I had 5.
I had 1, and Mr. Harris got me a full scholarship. I turned it down.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How come you didn't want to go to school after you were done?
Things happen.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you won like 100, 200, 4x1, I would think you would have went to school somewhere.
No, I turned them down.
Okay, well, I won't go any further.
None of us ran track in college. He could have got us all scholarships.
He got me mine.
He actually was really mad.
He was mad at me.
I'm mad now just thinking about it. That was 40 years ago.
So you could have been in.
Like you never lost a race and you didn't go to.
And I told him I was done after my senior year. I didn't want to go to college and run track.
He didn't even ask me. He said, Vetta, I'm going to get you a full scholarship at TNC A&M where Wilma Rudolph ran. I said, no, thank you. He said, it's already in the works. I said, oh. But I was in Girls Assembly. Me and Dawn was in Girls Assembly. We gave parties a lot at the Booth Center.
I don't care about no girls' assembly. Y'all should have went to school for free.
But if you're not going to be waking up to go to class and you're going to be partying because you're a freshman, you want to enjoy college a little bit, and then you want to party, because I did that on a regular. That's how we made our money for the Girls' Assembly. And I had to be honest with myself.
I did go to college, but I
Thank you.
didn't want
You
to
didn't
run.
wanna run.
I just didn't want to run. Don't put that on me.
So y'all went to state. You undefeated. That blows my mind. I remember you in school and how fast you were, but I didn't realize you were undefeated and you won like 100, 200 in the 4x1. Did they have like an MVP for state that year?
MVP for state?
Yeah. Is there something like that? Because you should have been, if you won all those events, you're probably the most outstanding athlete in Columbus that year.
Yeah, but sometimes it don't go that way.
Right.
Sometimes it don't go that way.
I guess
they
so.
give it to who they want.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
All right. And so after 85, that was it, huh? Well, same with the boys basketball team. No, I don't think most of them, they didn't. Some of them went, like Tim Shepard went to college. I know Phil and Rodney went to the Army. Kevin went to, I think, New Mexico or something like that. And that was pretty much it. Danny went to school. But other than that, that's nowadays, I would be so upset if I had a child that went to state. Well, I can't say nothing because I did have a child go to state. But he did go to college. He did go, but he did quit track. So I'm like,
Right.
he did go. So when you're young, you do different stuff. I understand how it works, but.
And do you know that our senior year that I was the only 4-year letter runner
That's it, huh?
out of the guys and the girls?
Really?
I ran varsity track as a freshman, and nobody else in the class of 87 did.
Well, I don't know about 87. I just remember 86 because it was Vincent,
Yes.
Wicks, Dion, and I know I think Marcia Jackson was a high jumper.
But I don't know if all of them were 4-year letter.
Yeah, I don't
people.
think they were either.
But in '87, I was I was the most
The
valuable
only
runner because I was the only 4-year letter person.
Wow. All right. Well, that's going to about do it. Unless you guys got something you want to say in closing.
I just want to say thank you for having us.
I want to say
This
thank
was-
you for
this
being
was
here.
amazing.
Thank you, really.
This is always such a great, for me, walk down memory lane with people because I've done like a lot of interviews, and this is one of my favorite ones because I haven't seen you guys in so long. It's good to see
In
you.
a minute.
And like missing Crystal, I wish she was here.
Right.
Absolutely.
But with
We're
that
actually
being,
going to go pay tribute to her when we leave here.
yeah, with that being said, congratulations on being inducted into the Hall of Fame. I don't know any other Hall of Famers. I don't.
This is Marnell's second time. Have you been in? This is her second time being
I
in
don't
the
want
Hall
to
of Fame.
talk to Marnell because she. I'm just mad all over
Ask
again.
her. You have to ask her a question.
I'm still mad that you won the 100, 200, and the 4x1 and
You
didn't
can
go
be
to
mad at
school.
me. I was mad at myself. I really was.
And you know that we were the runners-up of the entire track meet
Yeah.
that year.
Well, she got all half the points.
We're glad.
Right. I know. I get it. But with that, thanks for coming, and I hope to see you guys again in the future, doing something. You still run anymore? You done?
I'm done.
Any children?
Yes, I have 2 and an angel. My son died at 13.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did any of your kids run track?
Actually, the one that passed away did.
Really?
He was really fast.
I have nieces.
Nieces? You got one son, right?
I have one son, yes.
Okay.
He's actually on his way to a wrestling match now.
He's a wrestler, right?
Yes, he's a professional wrestler.
We should get him on the show.
Oh, you would love. He's entertaining, to say the least.
Does he have like a whole persona and all
Yes, Paragon, which
Paragon?
means the oh my God, what is it? I just told you what it meant. It meant, oh my God, what does it mean?
that?
I know.
It happens to all of us.
Yes, it's something about excellence and perfection.
So does he like work on like an independent circuit?
He actually wrestles for a few companies.
Okay.
He's been to Canada, Florida. He's working on going to New Mexico. He's traveled. He's traveled in several states.
Yeah, like Matt, he would want to be a wrestler too, but he's not in shape for that.
Oh, and I also want to say, Khalid, that
You on a roll.
I believe me, Marnell, and Colette Mablin, was it Mablin?
Mabin.
We had an invitation that same year to run in Africa,
Really?
but I turned it down. Did you go?
I didn't go.
She didn't even go to school after she got out. She wasn't going to Africa.
They wanted us to run against Lorain County people in Africa. They sent out all in these invitations. Yeah. And my mom was excited about that. She was like, we can raise money, you can do car wash, and we can have people do this and that.
You weren't doing all that.
I wasn't going over and running in that kind of heat. Okay, because it get hot here. And I definitely wasn't going over Africa, coming back looking like this shirt. Do you hear me? It would take 5 years to brush all that darkness off of me.
All right. Well, that's it for the show. We're going to shut it down. Once again, thank y'all for coming out. Better Marnell and Dawn. I appreciate it. Just saying.
This has been another bomb-ass production from Short Walk Studios.